See, this is another counter. Those who never unfurled the flag, their political offshoot are now talking about honoring the flag. Sanju Verma, RSS for 52 years never unfurled the flag. आज बड़ा तिरंगा तिरंगा कर रहे हैं. Who are they to try and appropriate and teach the country what the tricolor means? How would you respond to all of this? Sanju Verma, can you hear me? Oh, we seem to have lost both Sujata Paul and Sanju Verma's audio lines through. So we'll try and get them back. But SP Vaidji, one more aspect in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
Will there be people who will perhaps explain to the to such netas what the tricolor means? In Assam, will there be people? In Maharashtra, in Kerala, will there be people on ground who will? Have you seen this kind of disassociation with the tricolor and putting their own particular ideology, thought process over and above the tricolor? Have you seen this manifest beyond just political parties?
See, as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, a vast majority of people have huge respect for the national flag, and I can vouch for it. There could be people, minuscule minority who have their own ideology, but national flag respect, it commands the respect of a vast majority of Jammu and Kashmir people. And same thing I have seen in other parts of the country, whether it is Assam or Tamil Nadu. I studied in Tamil Nadu. The huge respect for the national flag in this country. Maybe people, initial years of the independence, national flag was not, everyone could not, display it or could not unfurl in their individual houses and in their individual buildings. Only after the Supreme Court, that government order and Supreme Court's order, this actually was allowed. And I think as far as respect for the national flag is concerned, there is huge respect. You could see that on the Independence Days, on the Republic Days, how people all across the country, in huge numbers, celebrated those two, both Independence Day and Republic Day. And that is the kind of response Indians across religions, across regions, across caste lines, across political spectrum have with respect for the national flag.
Now I have the ladies back, Mr. Vaid, so let me go back to them and ask them the questions. Sometimes there are debates that you'd love to do, there are debates that you want to and you really want to get into the argument, but there are debates which sometimes you're pained to see that the Tiranga is being politicized. I've got so many of our viewers who are responding to me. Some of them are friends of mine, some of them are co-panelists or panelists who are saying, what is this country coming to and what is the opposition doing? So they had the opportunity to celebrate and say we put the country first and they have lost it. And then there are others, Sanju Verma, who are turning around and asking me this question, and I'll ask you again. So who is the BJP as a political offshoot of the RSS to claim anything about the Tiranga? Because the RSS itself did not fly the Tiranga for 52 years.
Anand, I'm so glad you asked me this question. In fact, I saw this coming. I completely debunked this false narrative that RSS did not hoist the tricolor for 52 years. There is a very nice article in Swarajya full of facts. And, just quoting a few lines from that article. In fact, way back in 1937, the much maligned Veer Savarkar was one of the very few to hoist the Indian flag in Pune. This was in 1937. And it is said that in 1936, after the fareful session of the Congress, while some leaders of the Congress were averse to hoisting the flag because us time Bhagwa Dhwaj tha. We did not have the flag in its current form. Mr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar actually hoisted the tricolor after the fareful session of the Congress in 1936. And this is not Sanju Verma saying it. This is there in the works of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Institute, and this is also mentioned by K.R. Malkani, one of the very famous public intellectuals. He's written a whole lot of books saying that the RSS actually was the first one to respect the flag. Or aapko aur ek cheez bata do. Before 1947. An interim government under Jawaharlal Nehru was already in place 6 months prior to that.
Yes.
And do you know, when Jawaharlal Nehru was the interim Prime Minister, he was given an option, but he chose not to hoist the tricolor Anand. He chose to salute and hoist the Union Jack. So this whole narrative कि भाई स्वतंत्र संग्राम पर सिर्फ कांग्रेस की ठेकेदारी है, ये narrative, so this has been completely.
See, I'll tell you what. But here is my point. Even as Sujata Paul comes, what happened before 1947? What happened in 36, 37, 38, 39? What happened even in 2007, 2008? What happened even with the Supreme Court verdict or till the Supreme Court verdict of 2001 when the flag code? And that again, you have to give a credit to a Congress leader in Naveen Jindal, because who approached the Supreme Court and got the verdict and got the flag code modified, that private institutions and establishments could also unfurl the flag. But there is a flag code. My point is, what is the code for the politicians? My point is, Sujata Paul, why is it that the opposition will politicize everything and oppose everything? Why can't the opposition come out in bigger numbers and turn out and say, you think you can take out a rally? Come, we'll join you and we'll show you how to take out a rally. You could have done it together. And that could have been healthy one-upmanship.
No. First of all, let me be very clear. You will not tell me what my tone and tenor is going to be. And I have utmost respect for Mr. Ved, and I'm sure I did not use any unparliamentary word.
No, it's the
or
tone.
Cast any aspersions on him. Hang on.
It's the tone, Miss Sujata Paul. And the fact is that just like you are, the tone that you used to try and instruct me and say, you will not tell me what tone to use. Ma'am, this is my show, this is my debate, you are my guest and panelist, and you will show equal respect, because if you want to be treated with respect, you will accord the same respect, Ms. Sujata Paul. So the condescending tone is the issue, it's not the words, it's the tone that you use, ma'am. And that's what I very, very respectfully raised objection to, and I continue to object. And if you continue to remain unapologetic, then you are only displaying the behavior of the rest of the opposition as was on display at the Tiranga rally today.
The rest of the opposition, 22 crore people voted for the BJP in 2019. Not everybody. All right. Now coming to
But those who voted for the rest of the those who voted for the opposition are also looking at them and saying, what are they doing?
But listen, but I'm very proud of the fact that in spite of the fact that you and I have argued on what happened before independence regarding the Tiranga, and I'm not going into that at all. You have Ms. Verma talking about how they hail the Tiranga, while you actually explained to me on another show that there was a reason why they did not.
Correct.
Want the
It was post the independence that the flag code came into play. Once the constitution was drafted and the flag code was put in place. So then you know the answers to the arguments that you raised, but you still raise those arguments, Sujata ji. Kya kar rahe hain aap? The other aspect is, how does I am asking you today? Let me ask you today. Why should, if अगर आनंद बोलेगा तो अपोज करेंगे, कोई और बोलेगा तो कर देंगे? What kind of attitude is this?
Mr. Narasimhan, listen to me. What I'm saying is, I feel extremely proud that you've disconnected me again.
No, we've not disconnected you. Please, now that is also blamed on us. A technological fault is a technical fault, ma'am. That's not something which is deliberate.
That is what I am saying.
Kamal kar rahe ho aap.
And if they are taking out a rally, well,
they were not taking out a rally. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
The national
Sujata ji, you missed the woods for the trees. The parliamentarians were taking out the rally. It was not the BJP. It were the parliamentarians taking out the rally, and with half of the opposition parliamentarians who represent the opposition political parties being absent, it became a BJP rally. You allowed it to become a BJP rally, ma'am.
आप मुझे disconnect क्यों कर रहे हैं बार-बार?
कोई आपको डिस्कनेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, वो टेक्निकल फॉल्ट है. अब ये टेक्निकल फॉल्ट आपको भी सुनाई दे रहा है. अब ये टेक्निकल फॉल्ट सिर्फ आज हमारे फोन लाइन में है कि ऑपोजिशन की सोच में है. दैट आई लीव फॉर द व्यूअर्स टू डिसाइड.